Trifano, Eastside salute, AZEE back in the kitchen. It's been a minute. We're going to do something with these budget ass Hangi pork. $11 cheap ass. I'm going to add, if you ain't got none of these, just go with the, at least I'm sure you got salt and pepper. But yeah, that's an onion, about 3 cloves of garlic, a tablespoon of mixed herbs, tablespoon of pepper, tablespoon of ginger, tablespoon of salt, and a tablespoon of paprika. Smoked paprika works best, but any paprika. And if you ain't got any of that, surely you got salt and pepper. And I'm going to use oil to mix that over my Hangi pork. I'm going to let that marinate for at least 2 hours, but I'm going to actually do this overnight. So yeah, I'll be back in the morning when I finish these off. But yeah, I'm just going to chuck them all in a bowl. Add all those herb spices, onion, garlic that I just mentioned. I'm going to chuck all those in with it. And I'm going to add some oil, just enough to cover it. Yeah. Then I'm going to grab me a bit of a mixing spoon and I'm going to mix it around. But yep, I'm going to let that sit in my fridge overnight. Once they're all coated in these herbs and spices and stuff, I'm going to let it sit in my fridge overnight and I'll show you how I cook it tomorrow. 2 hours at least though if you're in a hurry. East side. Yeah. Yeah, back in the building, fams. Here we go. We've let it sit for a while. This has been like 4 or 5 hours. I was going to wait till the morning, but I got the munchies. That's all the stuff we had it sitting in. It's all been mixed up. I'm going to fry these in a pan with some oil now, fams. You could lay these out on a tray and just grill them in your oven. But I like frying them in a pan. They get a better colour. So we're just going for colour. So quick fry. We're not trying to cook them in the pan or in the under the grill. We're just trying to get some colour on the outside. Sort of sear them. East side up. Here's the pan over here. If my cameraman follows me over. And I'm just going to fry them, fams. I got me some oil here. I'm just going to get some colour. Each side up. I'll get back to you once that's done. Churfano, so we got those fried up in the pan. Remember, you could have just laid these out in a tray and just grilled them. I prefer to use the old fry technique. Now they're golden, looking ready. They're sealed in. They're seared. I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of Coke. You could add chicken stock, beef stock, whatever you want, but I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of Coke. You can shoot me if you want. That's going to help it stop from drying up. Because I'm going to slow cook this at about 160 for an hour, fams. For an hour, and then I'm going to increase the heat. But for an hour, 160 degrees in the oven. Covered, I'm going to cover that with tin foil. Hold up, I'll show you. So there it is, all wrapped up, fams. Straight up in the oven at 160 degrees for an hour. East side up, hold up. Gee, after an hour, fams. An hour at 160. I'm just going to carefully take that tin foil off because we're going to use that again after this. This is the last piece of it. Woo! Looking good. That Coke's evaporated a bit. Nice. So what I'm going to do now is get a sauce together. A.Zee'S barbecue sauce, the smoked hickory flavour, fams. I like that one. I'm going to jam that into this plate here. I'm going to get some normal tomato sauce. I'm going to jam that in there. You're doing this all to flavour too, fams. And then I'm going to get some squeezable honey. If you ain't got honey, brown sugar. If you ain't got brown sugar, white sugar. But this is that squeezable honey. I'm going to use that as well as some brown sugar. So I'll just get a few teaspoons of this brown sugar on my sauce there. We're going for a sweet flavour with the sauce, fams. And about a teaspoon, big heaped spoon of this honey. And I'm going to mix that in. That's tomato sauce, barbecue sauce, sugar and honey, fams. Yeah. And I'm going to grab a bit of the juice from out of here. I'm going to use a tea towel to help me just tip a bit of the juice from out of the tray into that sauce to help thin it out a bit. It's a bit thick. I want it thinner. So I'm going to use the juice that came out of there. That's that Coke and all that good stuff. I want to tip it into there. I want to mix that up. It's fairly runny now, fams. But I'm just going to tip that over top of these chops. I mean these Hangi pieces. I'm just going to coat them in that. And then I'm going to put it back in the oven. Probably another 35-40 minutes, fams. I'm going to coat those up with this stuff. Spoon it on to make sure that all of them are covered. The last of the Coke and that'll start to evaporate in this last 30 minutes too, fam. So it'll be real thick and nice. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. But yep. East side up. Let's go. Back into the oven for another 30 minutes and we're going to increase the heat to 200 degrees, fams. Peace. Gee, fam, so I'm just tearing meat off these pieces of Hangi meat. $11 pack. That's the sauce over there, if you can see on there. It's not too hot, I can handle it. I can even start tipping some sauce onto the meat I've already cut. That's some really, really nice pulled pork. Hangi pork whānau, $11. That's the cheapest Hangi pork out there. You get a decent whip. Check out the tray, I'm not even quarter way through. East side up. Uncle A.Zee'S barbecue Hangi pork, whatever it's called, east side.